Yeah. It's the Book Eli.
It's the Book Eli Show, live and direct from the LRT Living Room Talk. We got interviews, music, celebrities, and many, many more. Yo, welcome back. It's your boy, the Book of Eli, BOE. Got a topic I wanted to get off my chest because I realize a lot of people don't understand all these videos I be watching on YouTube and Facebook and seeing all the threads, all the history. A lot of people don't realize the importance of being a father. A lot of people don't understand the importance of being a role model to your children. To all the deadbeat fathers in the world, you was a bum. Don't respect any man who's a deadbeat. Don't respect him at all. And I'm going to tell you why. It makes a lot of men who are men who have substance, sometimes affect the pool of wanting a good woman and women being fearful to even giving themselves to you because they start thinking that you are a good catch because their baby daddy was a good catch, they thought, because he presented himself a certain way in the beginning, and then at the end, he showed another color, as most women would say. Technically, he's always been the guy. He's been the guy. All right, if he was a bum when you got with him, he's a bum after you leave with him. So accountability for men and accountability for women is so important. The reason why I'm focusing on the fathers because I'm realizing there's a lot of young little boys and girls growing up without a father structure, without a father figure, without a father to teach them right from wrong and how to move and how to think. Men with their mind together and their shit together use their logic most of the times. We are not naturally, automatically emotional response. You can tell how many single family homes when you see a young boy react. When a young boy reacts and turns into a young man, he reacts real feminine in the sense of not thinking rational before he moves. You see a lot of killing. You see a lot of people out here not understanding the value of themselves enough. And when I say not showing the values of themselves enough, you start seeing that there's so many issues within our own communities because our fathers are not sticking around with the women. They are promising women half of the time they're going to get married and don't get married. They always promising the women that they're going to be there protecting their supporter and their best friend, and they start switching up their energy. You know why? Because we are too accessible to the virtual world of illusion of appeal. Meaning, you on fucking Instagram, you see the baddest chicks in the world with the fake booties, the fake titties. You like, oh, I want one of those. I'm gonna get my money up. Get out of that. Throw that shit out the garbage. That shit's fake. And half of the women that get these BBLs, half of the time, they don't even love themselves. So they be getting with shooters to get whatever they can get out of your ass. So you be used as well. So two used motherfuckers ain't gonna get nowhere but so far. It is what it is. Now, when you got a substance of a woman at home that's gonna love you and care for you and nurture you into love, not nurture you as being your second, third mama. If you're looking for a mother figure, you're looking for a mama, go get therapy. Or go to your mama. And if you don't got a mother, get therapy. Because you should never get into a relationship looking for a woman to be your mother. No. You're supposed to get into a relationship in the idea of wanting to receive a companion who can actually support the idea of your infrastructure that you are coming up with. You feel me? When you ain't got no infrastructure, you ain't got no direction, no intuition, no viewpoint of where you want to go in life, you can't expect a woman to follow you. She's looking at your strength, she's looking at your intellect, she's looking at your viewpoint, she's looking at what you have already, and she's going to see the potential. Most women look at the potential, and that's where they go wrong. Stop looking to the women, start looking at men's potential. Look at where they are today. And if today is of value to you, rock with that man until he gets to the next stage. That's different. But just saying, oh, his potential could be this, but he ain't doing nothing, cut that off. Don't be looking at him because he's cute, got a dick, or whatever you think he got. Leave that shit alone. It ain't for you. Now, some people might say, well, you single, you ain't married. How can you give advice? The man is to court the woman. The man is to hunt. Am I not a man? I should know what I'm supposed to do. My nature says to hunt, to court. I'm not courting no woman or no female that is not capable of giving me what I need. It's that simple. Just like you as a woman should not accept any man's presentation that he is not qualified for you either. So you miss me with that, because I always get stupid ass questions like that. Who are you to tell me about relationships and you ain't got no woman? What are you talking about? I'm a man. A man is supposed to court. A man is supposed to do the first step. He shows interest. The woman's turn is to let that man know I'm not interested or I am interested, and then the man pursue based on her response. That's why. So all of them dumb people out there, I want to hear it. Now moving forward, fathers out here, these young kids are growing up without a father, with no directions. I get it. Some of you brothers didn't have fathers either. Some of you men out there in the world didn't have fathers either. So it's so easy for you to say, I give up. I don't want to deal with my baby mom, or I don't want to deal with my responsibilities. If you're scared of responsibility as a man, what is your purpose living on earth? I'm not promoting killing yourself. I'm not promoting suicide. What I'm saying is I want you to think real deep why the importance of taking care of your legacy. How can you go so hard for strangers in the world? You so hard for getting some coochie, some pussy today, but you can't go so hard for your own legacy? That's out here wondering what should they do when they get of age, or what school they should apply for? Should they go to school? Should they get a trade? Should they get a job? They want direction. Naturally, even as an infant, the infancy stages of toddler to toddlerhood, they're mimicking what the parent shows them. They are mimicking what the parent allowed them to say and be around. Even if you're a mom or dad, you work crazy hours, and your nanny or your grandmama or mama is watching your kids, you are still teaching your child that it's okay to be around these group of people consistently by choice. So when the human brain is developing, it's mimicking whatever the father or mother is doing. Even when the father's not in the damn house, he's not even here, the child's still being taught by the father. Why and how? Your absence is teaching him or her that they don't have any value. Your child is being taught, I have no value to my parent, because you're not there. So when you start off from the jump, you understand? When you start off from the jump showing your child that there's no value, then you start looking at people, you start looking at life from a different point of view. You start feeling depressed sometimes, depending on who you are. Sometimes you fall into the doubts of who you are. Am I beautiful enough? Am I handsome enough? Am I intelligent enough? Do I have self-value? Do I have self-worth? And this is to the young children who grows out to be adults, and they had to go through these moments. So I get that. And the only reason I'm breaking it down this way, because I want women to also understand, some of you women are choosing men who were not receiving therapy, who were not able to receive the love that they needed from their father. You understand? Or the direction from their fathers. So when you run into people on a day-to-day that doesn't know how to exercise that love, to exercise that reciprocation of love, you can't expect that man to be there for you. I always tell women all the time, in order to have an idea how he's going to treat you, it's based on how he treats his mother. Now you might say, well, everyone's situation is different. Yes, indeed. Some men grew up with a mom who was fucked up in the head, strung on crack, prostitute, whatever. It's a lot of things out there in the world. I get it. But 9 out of 10, I'm sorry to say, 9 out of 10, those people become very corrupted. Meaning, hurt people. So you may not get the love and the nurturing that you need from that man because he never got it. And I'm not saying this for everybody. We're not saying it applies to the whole world, because there's 1 billion people on earth. So obviously I'm not saying the whole billion is going to react this way. No, there's some case by case. But 9 out of 10, your case is going to be finding the guy who can't give you what you need and want, is because they didn't receive it as well. On the defense of the men who grow up and not knowing how to love. By the grace of God, I have family who taught me. I come from a family who are very, very sensitive people. We so sensitive, if you hurt our feelings, we ready to snap your neck open. But I had to learn how to challenge my energy, put it to positive. I'm okay with people, I always been okay with people doubting me, like, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing, he ain't no thug, he ain't gonna fight. But I have never had nobody try me. because it's the way I present myself, it's the way I speak, it's the way I carry myself. And on top of that, some people know, don't bother this, bro. And I'm good with that. You got to know your limits. That's the whole purpose of saying that. You as a human being, as a woman or a man, you have to know your limits of how you want to present yourself to the world. How do you want people to perceive you? At the end of the day, the number one thing you should be doing right now and focusing right now is how can I bring value to my children? How can I do better than my parents or better than my grandparents? If everyone in the family is strung out on crack or drugs or prostitution or pimping or anything that is destruction in your community, and you somewhat made it out of that, you owe it to them to do better. And most importantly, you owe it to your children to do even more better. Stop going with the same cycle of the same concept of anything. Always go forward in life and understand that God don't make no mistakes. He really doesn't. He don't make no mistakes. It's all about us. Stop going to God and saying, God, please bless me with this. Please give me this. Please give me. God already gave you everything you need. He gave you life. He gave you a thought, a brain to think, to utilize. He gave you hands and mouth and ears to hear and listen and taste. You feel me? He gave you so many blessings. It's about how can I count my blessings and utilize the blessings I have to make it happen for me. Everyone doesn't utilize their energy in the right direction or in the right department, so they get caught up. And when you get caught up, you start looking at shit like, how do I go about moving in a better path, in a better way? So all the deadbeat fathers out there always talking about how women doing this, how women, first of all, brother, you supposed to be a leader. Based on your leadership and based on your principles, the woman will follow. A woman loves confidence. A woman loves a man who's stable. A woman loves a man who believes in God and know who God is and understand how you can teach her that and break it down to her so she can understand your purpose here on earth. But first thing is first, you got to know your purpose. If you walking around, let me figure out one day, nigga, get it together. Do it now. Ain't no figuring out. If you got to say to yourself, if every year I'm going through the same conversations with people or same debates, the same arguments, same breakups, same issues every year, I got to say to myself, what the fuck I'm doing wrong? How can I fix this and put myself in better situations so I don't keep repeating it over and over again? That's what a lot of people keep doing. They keep putting themselves in situations that's not beneficial to them long run. I tell women and men, stop reprocreating with people you don't know. Because when you do that and you don't really take the time to date that one person and understand that one person, you miss on other attributes of that person that you didn't even realize it was there. Some people are slow. And I can see why. I can honestly see why. Because people don't talk about deep questions and deep topics. People are infatuated with the big booty titties, big dick niggas with a nice beard and cut up body, and that's it. Okay, great. After that shit is gone, what do you got next? Wake the fuck up. Shit is real. You got little babies walking around, growing up, cursing and acting crazy, or children who are doing well in school, are very smart, loving kids, but still are missing half of them because they don't have a family structure. They don't have a mom and a dad together. Or the mom got like multiple baby fathers. So the dynamic of that family structure at some point can always be divided. You know why? Because when the father has so many multiple baby mothers, your child that you produced with that man, that child, your middle or third child, got other siblings out there too. That's a whole nother dynamic. It affects the psychological of the child. It does. I've seen grown people to this day, I meet on the regular, that has sisters and brothers. They barely grew up with each other because their father wasn't there, or their father died early, or their father is just a deadbeat, and the children didn't really grow up together, so they feel like they don't really have a connection. They don't feel like they even need to be loyal to each other to a certain degree. And I'm not talking about everybody, so listen to the key words. I said I know some people. We ain't talking about everybody. If this conversation does not fit your shoe, your life, skip me, block me. I'm not for you. I'm talking to the people who can relate to what I'm talking about. All you men crying about, oh, women screaming about equal rights and this, that, and the third, da 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 da. Bro, women just are tired of being second-class citizens. Women are just sick and tired of being treated as if she's not valued. That's all she's saying. She want to feel like she's valued. She want to feel respected too. I get that. But now we at a point where some women get out of hand with it to a certain degree, where some of them are starting to look real masculine. Women start cutting their hair off with bald heads and Caesars, better haircuts than me. I don't want to talk to no woman who looking too masculine. I'm sorry. No disrespect, but don't be coming here with a better haircut than me. If your beard is sharper than mine, you ain't for me, girl. Go ahead with that. Straight up. And you don't, and the reason why it's like that, because that's a psychological defense mechanism that women put up. When they say, oh, I got the resting B face. I don't like saying the B word. So when the women say, oh, I got the resting B face because I've been hurt before, I've been disappointed before, but I'm really a sweet person. When they say that, they dead ass serious too. They really are a sweet person. But they allowed and gave a man too much power to disappoint them, where they feel like they have to be hard. They have to be tough. They have to put these layers of thicker skin so they don't get hurt again. So they don't know. So they let these guys know, you ain't gonna hurt me. You're not gonna use me. So it goes back to the men being more responsible of our actions too. Yes, some women are fucked up. We get it. To the brothers out there in the world, to men in general, white, black, Asian, black, whatever your culture is, all human race go through the same similarities of divide and conquer concept of men and women going against each other. There's too many videos talking about that as it is. I'm talking about we got to stick together. I'm talking about men and women need to stick together and we procreate and teach in our homes the value of our people, the value of the human race, why we need to stay together. People don't know, in this earth right now, we are going through a spiritual war on earth. There's actual physical war happening around the world, and there's a spiritual war, happening around the world as well. At the end of the day, these men got to stand up a little bit more and be more responsible. We so stuck on not being responsible, it's so easy to let go. And you know why it's so easy to let go? Because a lot of y'all women don't keep y'all being accountable for shit. I tell women all the time, if you give birth to a man and you chose to keep the child and he agreed, and then he changed his mind later on because he can't get the cat no more, take his ass on welfare. Get some damn child support money right away. You know why? Because that's for the child. Save that money for high school, college, so that your child can have a fighting chance. If they don't want to go to school, they can use that to buy their first home. Save that shit up. I hate when single mom, oh, my kid is okay. They don't need nothing. Talk for yourself. Your child needs everything it can receive from both parents. They are not just your child. Cut that shit out today. You did not bust nuts by yourself. Sorry, you're not Mother Mary. I promise you, you're not. So you need to cut that out today. Now, moving forward from that, men got to be responsible and accountable. Y'all literally are raising women to be prostitutes. Y'all literally raising these young girls to be fucking a madam. A fucking dough girl. You know, just out here, just willy-nilly. And I'm not talking about all of y'all. Listen to the words. Some of y'all are doing this. And you're like, well, how I'm doing it? I'm not there to teach you nothing. That's why. But you're not there to teach you nothing. If you're not part of the solution, then you automatically are part of the problem. Your absence is key. Your absence is letting us know, I don't give a fuck who smashed my daughter. I don't give a fuck who raped my daughter. I don't give a fuck who teaches my daughter anything. That's what men are saying when you turn your back on your child. Same thing goes for your boys. I don't care who teaches my son anything. I don't care who locks my son up. I don't give a fuck what they do to my son. He's going to survive on his own without me. What kind of selfish shit is that? Because the baby mom got in it, go to court. If you got time to go on Instagram and hit up a girl, you got time to go to court to get your custody right battles. Use your education. You ain't got no education, go to the library and read. Ask someone to read a book to you to understand. Go buy yourself a fucking tablet that has an audio book that can read it to those slow motherfuckers out there that can't read a basic word. It's no excuses not to take care of your children. I'm getting at the men and the women, but especially the deadbeat daddies. There's a lot of young girls I see on the internet. Like, I don't know anyone that used to see these shows on HBO back in late 90s and early 2000s. They used to actually have shows of people prostituting and being in a window selling their bodies, and it's just like this little door opens and closes, and the woman when the door reveals open, you'll see a butt naked woman about to dance and do freaky shit for you for like $2 or $0.25, some shit like that in the 90s and 80s. Literally, Instagram is the new version of prostitution. Soft porn. Instagram, Facebook, everybody want to sell their sex and their body because we don't have fathers teaching their daughters that your value is not your body, your value is your mind. Someone may say, well, I'm smart enough to show my titties so I could get $1 million. But your moral compass is right out the window. Oh, but I don't believe in God like y'all do. I don't really believe in God. I believe in something in the universe. Okay, but the universe thinks this way to promote your body as a lusting tool to make profit of finances of a dollar bill of dead presidents who was also slave owners at one point in time. So you're willing to be a thirst trap for men who are thirsty for your body, lusting over your body for the benefit of your well-being, financial pleasures, versus saying, I have morals for myself. I don't want to see myself in that light. I don't think I can ever put myself in a situation where I would ever become a woman of no substance. You're literally telling me in the world, look at my OnlyFans page for the benefit of my dollar in my pocket. Because I don't want to use my brain to make the money. I don't want to be a worker, 9-to-5 worker, who actually has a legitimate job, whether that's a 401k or benefits or anything. I don't want that. Just give me the cash. Everyone wants something fast until you go spiral down. There's a lot of young women hurting that's doing these fucking only paid shits. It's a lot of them are getting therapy. They don't talk to y'all about that shit. A lot of them getting therapy to get past these porn shit. Don't get me wrong, I'm a human, man. I watch the porn too. That is my goddamn flaw. I'm human. But the message I'm trying to get to is that no one is perfect, right? But if you have a father figure, you got to say to yourself, how can I make it better? You got to say to yourself, what can I do to prevent my child to fall into the trap of a pimp, a trap of a drug user, a trap of jail imprisonment? You got to think better than what y'all doing, men. Men around the world, especially my black men, y'all got to do better. If you really a man, call your child. Let them know you care. Stop putting your ego in the way of shit. Stop blocking your blessings from teaching your legacy. When you die, they literally gonna pick up bones that's gonna say, oh, these are the people that was related to this man. Oh, he's the legacy of this group of people. That's your tribe. Have honor in your tribe. To all the men around the world, please learn how to have honor in your tribe. Know where you come from. Know who your people are. Understand the importance of teaching your young girls and your young boys. They need you. And to the mothers that's blocking these men from receiving custody or receiving time with their children, grow the fuck up. You chose this man, deal with it. Just deal with it. Stop falling into the mindset of you know it all. Stop falling into the mindset that, oh, he's not good enough. He was good enough that night. Food for thought. Put God first. And men, please do better. Wake the fuck up. I'm tired of this shit. Our children need us. We gotta do better. We gotta give back to our own people, our own human race. When I say home people, I'm talking about people who are human. White, black, brown, Asian, I don't give a fuck what color you is. Children are children. I come from the human race of people. God created us all. Once you start thinking on another level, you start doing better and becoming in another level. Start raising your children, man. Stop being scared of gaining education. Go to the court. Let them take out the money out your check. You bust a nut, you got life now. That's the rule. That's consequences. Stop busting nut all freely. Put a goddamn condom on. Put a big extra condom on so they don't go popping and breaking. Y'all getting these little cheap little store-bought free condoms at the clinic and thinking about them shit's gonna break. Ain't gonna break. Stop being a knucklehead. Wake up, man. I don't want to hear no more about none of this bullshit y'all be putting out here on the internet. Talking about the man don't want to do this, the woman don't want to do this. Man, we need each other. You do your part, man. You do your part, women. Period. Peace. B.O.E.
All aboard!